Yo, what up, YouTube gang? We back with another one. You know, got an interesting one today. Student teacher affair. This is an interesting one. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
A high school teacher is serving prison time after admitting to having a sexual relationship with one of her students.
Right now, we're just going
I ain't
through
gonna
the
lie, she fire
formalities
though.
of the
She decent.
investigation to
I
get your
guess.
side of it
I
and
see
try
why my
and
boy
find out
hit.
what's been going on and why accusations like this would be brought forward, okay?
But she wasn't the only arrest. The student's dad faced charges too.
Unfortunately, at this time, there's a bunch of evidence that goes against everything and that shows that you knew about the relationship.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by law&crime. I'm Elizabeth.
Crazy. The father got charged
During the
too?
investigation, detectives
Nah.
discovered text messages and sexually graphic videos. Then witnesses came forward alleging students were used as lookouts. Then when they tried to arrest the teacher, that's when detectives learned she left the state.
It's December 7th, 2023. We're in Pulaski County, Missouri. Just after 2:30 that afternoon, a deputy with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office arrives to a local home to talk to a high school student's dad.
Hey, Detective Sergeant Gibbs. So, regarding your son, there's been allegations that are brought forward to Lakeway School about he has been in a relationship with the teacher. He's not in any trouble or anything, but I did end up seizing his cell phone because apparently there's been communications on there between the teacher and him. So just wanted to stop by and advise you of that because we do have his cell phone. He's
The
kind
father,
of
he like,
freaking out, but the school hasn't been able to tell him what's going on. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, although this man's name is in court documents, we're choosing not to name him for a reason, and that's to protect the identity of his son. His son is a 16-year-old high school student, and a witness came forward alleging the boy had a sexual relationship with his teacher.
Apparently this has taken place sometime between...
Let me pause this real quick. You know what's funny? Because the little boy, 16-year-old, had an affair with the teacher, they don't want to disclose it. But let that same 16-year-old would have committed a crime, they would have had no problem putting his face out and everything. But now we want to hide his... Like, bro, y'all be tripping, bro. Y'all pick and choose. But I understand he didn't do anything technically wrong in this situation, but now they want to hold his information like, oh, we don't want to give his information out. Like, bro, y'all tripping. Whatever, though.
between a week time frame, either before or after his birthday in November, is when all this took place.
I ain't hear nothing about it.
Yeah. Well, they just got it reported to them by another student, and they called us. And in order to keep any evidence from getting deleted from the phone, we went ahead and seized it. We can either do the phone download by your consent. If you come down to the sheriff's department and fill out the paper, we can do it by consent, or I can apply for a search warrant to search it, because we believe there's going to be some evidence on there of the relationship. And again, he's not in any trouble for it because he's a minor, and the teacher, if this is true, should know better. But they can't talk to him at the school because they did do a hotline. So Children's Division OHI would be the people that want to come out and talk to him. And they're wanting to know, since they can't interview him at the school because the incident happened there, if we can come down here tomorrow about 9 a.m. and interview him here at your residence.
I won't be here.
Okay.
I know.
This is one of those situations that, like, the father's like, dang, I know obviously it's revealed, obviously they revealed in the beginning that he's aware of it, but like, drop in the comments, what would you have done if your son, to the fathers out there, what would you have done if your son got caught up in a situation like this and you were aware of it? Because obviously in the beginning they pretty much done revealed that the father got in trouble too. But what would you have done if you got caught up in this? Would you have told, or would you just let it go? Because I know some fathers, and honestly, I don't know what I would have done, because this is a tricky situation. It's tricky. And I know some people say, oh man, I would have just went and told, but a lot of us not thinking like that. Man, this father looking at it like, man, Shay, son, most of us, we men, we think how we think, obviously, but, Let me know what you would think. Let me know what you would have did if you was the father.
I'm not gonna get off till about 1:30.
Okay. Will there be anybody else here that you would consent to us talking to him on, or do you want us not to talk to him, or?
I'd rather talk to him first,
Okay.
for one. And when am I getting his phone back?
All I got to do is either, like I said, we can do it by consent and download it real quick, and if there's nothing on there, it gets returned. But if we do download it and find stuff on there, then it's as evidence, so we'd have to wait till the trial or whatever would come through, or until the prosecutors decide to release it from evidence. Because I know he was in a little bit of a panic mode, and that's probably why he called you, because he doesn't know what's going on or anything yet. And I'm not going to interview him, and we're going to leave that for a children's division and a CAC, which is a child advocacy center, to do it, because my questions are more guilt seeking and direct than what theirs are when they talk to juveniles. So I guess what I need from you right now is to figure out when is a good day and time that we can come and interview him in regards to the situation.
See the father,
I
he's
mean,
stuck.
like I said, I'd rather talk to him this afternoon, see what's going on, see if he's
Oh,
if he's willing to
He's
tell me
stuck.
anything.
that's where it's
Cause
at
he
right
know
now.
about it, but he like, man,
I am going to go back to
involved.
the office real quick and get something typed up to go seize her phone before she can delete anything as well for the teacher, and then we'll kind of go from there. The feeling that I guess is going around is that he might have feelings for this teacher, so he may not even tell us jack squat. But again, he's not a suspect in any of this. He's a victim. So I don't want him to think he's a suspect, he's in trouble or anything like that, because that's not the case. So, but all right, sir, I'll get out of here and we'll see you tomorrow around 2, she said, right?
Father, like, damn.
Well, I got out of it.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. And sorry for having to give this message this way, but we got to preserve the evidence as we can.
Let me just say this too. Like, obviously, again, they revealed that the father was aware of the situation. But do you think the father should have got in trouble for this? Let me know. That's another thing. Just let me know if you think the father should have got in trouble for this. Because, like, man, it's tough to know, like, what you would have done in the situation. You know, because, again, everybody could talk about what they would have did in the situation until you're in the situation. We don't know. We don't know what you did. And, man, you know.
All right.
I don't even see when or how they would have had time.
Well, and we just got to take it seriously and investigate it where we can, and that's hopefully some of the information that maybe he'll give us tomorrow type situation, or kind of explain to us why somebody would make these allegations. But again, I just want him to know that he's not in trouble, and we're not looking to get him in any trouble. We just need him to be honest with us if there is something going on so that we can get it handled.
The teacher at the center of the allegations is identified in court documents as 26-year-old Haley Clifton Carmack. Around the time the allegations came to light, she was a high school math teacher for the LaQuay School District. So let's jump to the next day, December 8th, 2023, when deputies pay Haley a little visit at her job.
First off, do you have your cell phone on you? Okay, can I see that, please? Yeah. I do have a warrant for taking it into evidence, which I will get to you, okay? Right now, the reason I'm here is that allegations have been brought forth about inappropriate relationships with a student. So I'm here to investigate that matter. And while I investigate that matter, there's situations that they have to handle.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. This young lady, she looks pretty good. But what I don't understand is, how does this stuff constantly happen and people keep getting caught? Like, this is not the first, and this won't be the last situation where a teacher sleep with a student. But like, how does this just keep happening? I really would like to know. Like what starts this? You know, how does this start out? Like, you know, teacher student affair. Like, how does this happen all the time? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, you know, I don't know. It's tricky because, like, how does this happen? I see this often in the news, and there's always a woman that looks just like this. be looking good too, but they always like I don't know. The adult in me cannot see myself saying, "Let me sleep with a younger." If I was this teacher, let me sleep with a student. But in reverse, if I was the little boy, I would understand. You know, you get to sleep with your teacher. You probably get to tell your friends, and then that's the thing too. Like, how does this stuff get out? Like, did the boy tell his? I obviously want to get into it, but does the boy tell? You know, it's always intriguing to know. Like, how does it get around? Like, does the boy run his mouth for the girl?
Handle with you
Did
on
they
that
get
part,
caught with
so we'll let them go
somebody?
ahead and get that part out of the way. So,
Yeah, I just got to tell you a couple of things, and I'm going to step out, and you guys discuss the rest of it. But at this point, okay, I'm going to put you on paid administrative leave, okay, until the situation's resolved. Okay, so you'll still get paid. Days won't count against you, anything like that, until the investigation's completed, and then we'll go from there after that. Okay. One thing I will need is I have to send you a certified letter to tell you that I'm putting you on administrative leave. You have an address. I don't know what your current address is. Can I get that from you? Can we get that before I leave?
I'm just going to take your phone here and put it into airplane mode, okay?
I know these situations be so awkward. Like, motherfuckers just be sitting to the side. Motherfucker, teacher, the dude sitting there like, I know in his mind, like, man, what the fuck?
Please. I have your address, please. Thank you. And then I'll send you, it will be sent certified in regular mail to this address. Okay, just to say the letter will be written for administrative. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have to
And I don't know if y'all can't hear, but pretty much they had her write her address. Because even on my end, the audio is kind of fluky, but they pretty much made her write her address down, and they told her she's on administrative leave, and they took her phone, you know, whatever the case may be, until the investigation is over with. But they know she cooked.
They've got a policy they have to go by, and we've got one we got to. So like you said, just breathe. If it was really that serious, I wouldn't have waited for you to come to work today. I would have hunted you down this night. You'd be in jail right now, okay? But right now, we're just going through the formalities of the investigation
Now you playing a
to
good
get
cop,
your side of
good
it
cop team,
and try
good cop
and
role.
find out what's been going on and why accusations like this would be brought forward, okay? So you're not under arrest or anything. So what we'd like to do is we'll give a chance for kids to go back to class and everything. And then I'll just have you drive your own vehicle down to the sheriff's department and meet me down there so we can talk about everything, okay? I understand you're upset and nervous, but like I said, if it was really a big deal, we wouldn't have waited for you to get here today, or I wouldn't have waited for you to get here today, and I would have found you last night, okay? Just kind of relax, take a breath, and we'll go through all this, and we'll get it worked out, okay?
She knows she cooked, though. Just
So they go to class in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So I do have a warrant to take possession of your phone. I just don't have it on me right now because I had to get it extra early and just come straight here and not go to my office. So, but I will give you a copy of that, which will have the list of what the alleged charges are that we're investigating. So
Now, by this point, Haley isn't under arrest, But here's why she's under investigation. A witness came forward and told a school resource officer that a 16-year-old boy had shown them pictures of scratches down his back. The boy said the scratches were from a teacher after they allegedly had sex in her driveway. The 16-year-old boy reportedly told the witness he was even the reason for his teacher's divorce. So as investigators show up to Haley's school, they have a search warrant for her phone.
Again, Miss Carmack, just relax, okay? If it was really something serious.
See, I knew it was going to get to the plot.
Well, it is, but it's not to the point. Well, and that's what we're going to look into. We know how teenagers can be. You're definitely not the first person to ever be accused of something like this. It's just the formality of the steps we have to go through for our investigation, okay? But like I said, if it was really serious, I would have found you last night, or I'd be escorting you out, not caring who sees in handcuffs, okay? But that's not the case. I want to tell you kind of what's going on, explain it to you, and get your side of the events and figure out why somebody would make these allegations against you, okay? And I can only imagine what's going through your head right now. But again, if it was serious, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now, okay? Because I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want that for you. I want to get your side of it, and I want to do what's right in regards to the whole situation, okay? I'm not here to...
Dang, so this woman was married. She was married, risked for a 16-year-old? That is not, wow. You risked your marriage for a 16-year-old. That's pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. It'd have been different if, it's bad either way, but, for a 16-year-old boy, wow. Man. Some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff don't be worth it. This takes the cake. One of these, sleeping with a kid, a 16-year-old at that, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times people got to think. The reason why I react to these videos and I want to start and I do it, because a lot of times, man, I want to know what makes people think. And I get it. It's kind of like the rebel mentality is I'll just do whatever and, without thinking of the consequences. People don't understand cause and effect. If I do something, what's going to what's going to be I like to call it, what's the reward for this risk? It's a high risk, but this is no reward. Yeah, you might have got some sex out of it, but this wasn't worth it. I'm going to be honest with you. And people who do it, it's a risky thing. It's really risky. Really risky.
Steer you wrong, just get accusations from you, put you in jail, and then file the charges. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to look into the matter, and if the individuals coming forth aren't being truthful and honest, then I want to handle that situation as well, okay? Do you know where the sheriff's department is located at?
Haley reportedly told investigators she didn't have any relationship with her 16-year-old student, but Haley seemingly was already on thin ice at her job. She reportedly got in trouble with the school administration for being too close with students. The witness who came forward to report her also told investigators she was allegedly too friendly with students and would sometimes dress inappropriately at school and divulge too much of her personal life to the class. But this witness also revealed they overheard a phone conversation between Haley and her 16-year-old student, where she allegedly told the boy, "I'm out of state, but I can send you money, baby," when it was his birthday. While no arrests were made at this point, the school district took action. In a statement, the district superintendent told news station KRCG 13 in part, "The district took immediate action once we are aware of the situation. An investigation is ongoing. The employee has not been in the district since December 8, 2023, and we do not anticipate her return." And turns out the criminal investigation isn't over with either. Detectives try to pay Haley another visit just 5 days later on December 13th, but initially, she doesn't come to the door.
Is Haley here?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
I can hear somebody inside, but no one's coming to the door, so...
Yeah. You got a warrant for her? Or?
I have a warrant to serve her for her phone to get the passcode for it, and if she doesn't want to give me that, then I send it off to get broken into by a lab, so...
Yeah, either way,
yeah,
no,
so...
you're just... Hey, Rip! See her. Well, my boy's divorced. We're just trying to kind of help her out, but I guess she got some, from what I understand, some allegations.
Also, there's not a crime you could do you're gonna get away with. You you gotta really be on point if you're gonna do any type of crime. Like I'm always gonna say this is, bro. The way technology is now, where we got AI and everything. There's absolutely nothing you can get away with. You can try to delete stuff. I done heard cases where like people try to delete everything, and then obviously with iPhone, if you got like iPhone, I'm hearing that they got like recently deleted, and then but like the companies can kind of go like into another whole server and find the evidence or whatever. See, it's not really like you necessarily deleted it, as much as you thought you did. So like, man, I don't know, man. People do stuff every day, and I just kind of like scratch my head, like, why? It's risky, really risky.
Yeah, there's a
Doing
whole lot going
anything.
on, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. So
What's going on?
I just have to give this to Haley.
Okay, she has retained an attorney, so I think all that has to go to Charles Front.
No, not the search warrant. The search warrant's signed by the judge. You have to serve it directly to her because she owns the property. So.
Okay. Let me grab my phone real quick. Mm-hmm. Right back. It's the attorney. It's Charles Fromm.
Hey, Mr. Fromm. It's Gibbs from the sheriff's office.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, yeah, I've got a search warrant here that I just got to give to Haley in order to search the contents of her phone.
Okay.
And that's all it is. That's fine. I just got to serve her with the search warrant, and then I'll send it off to the lab, and they'll get into it. But I just got to give her this search warrant.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm out here, because I kind of figured that'd be the case, and I already have the lab on standby waiting for it. So.
And they have the phone, Mr. Fromm, already.
Oh, okay.
They've had it.
Yeah.
But they gotta have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circumstances.
So that's why I'm here, is to just make sure that she gets the warrant, and then I can do what I need to do. But I got to get the warrant served first. So you know how it is.
Yeah.
So I just got to put eyes on her, hand her the warrant, and then I'm out of here.
I got you.
So what am I supposed to do?
Well, if you're not doing anything, just what to give you the warrant.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Michelle. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, no, we'll talk soon. Okay.
All right, bye.
Hey, Haley, this is just a copy of the search warrant, signed by the judge. That's your copy to keep. That just describes the phone and everything, and states that we're giving court's permission to get into the phone and download everything. And that's the judge's signature and the date and time it was signed.
Call it.
Then again, no, Hedrick did this one, I believe.
I think he's down Louisiana with Brad.
And then that last page again, that's nothing that you have to do. That's just a copy that came with it that I have to do a return on once we get everything from the phone. So I just had to get that to you so that I could start the process of that. So.
Okay.
So that's your copy. You can go ahead and get that to Mr. Fromm, and that's all I needed to do.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Now, here's where the case took another turn. Detectives reportedly recovered text conversations on Haley's phone between her and the student discussing their alleged relationship. But as the investigation continued on December 23rd, detectives got a tip that Haley left the state. Investigators learned she moved to Texas, and they weren't sure if she was going to return to Missouri.
Hey, how's it going? Is Michelle here? Yeah. Do you know when she'll be back? Who all is here, do you know? Just you?
People, you gotta understand too. If you're already being investigated for a crime, the worst thing you can do, you're already in trouble, right? You're already caught. It's already trying to flee the state isn't going to help your case even more. That's why when you do stuff like this, when you do commit crimes, for anybody out there, when you do stuff, you're already caught. Like, it's only a matter of just like you shouldn't put yourself in a situation from to begin with. But to try to flee away from it, it's not going to help it. Because if anything, you're going to make it worse. Because now they're like, really, like, oh, we already got you, but man. And I'm not saying, but like, I'm not saying like, what I mean, oh, just you might as well, you already got called. Like, just turn yourself in, you already got called. Like, you shouldn't have did it to begin with. But like I said, I understand in that state of mind, like, you're in like flight or flight. You're like, screw it, I'm gonna just dip. But like it's again, you're already caught. You're already caught. It is what it is.
So, my name is Brian Gibbs. I'm a detective sergeant with Pulaski County. I'm looking into the incident regarding Haley, and I heard through my investigation and talking to some people that Michelle might have some information regarding the investigation now, and that Haley is no longer living here. She got thrown out. Okay. So she's not going to be coming back here? Okay. Well, there will be a warrant that comes down for her with some pretty hefty charges. And I'm just trying to follow up with Michelle to see what she might know, since somebody told me that she had information in regards to it now. So, but if you can just get the message to her, I can stop by later this week too. That's fine. So, all right, thank you.
By January 3rd, a warrant is issued for Haley's arrest. Detectives also learned before she left town, she paid a visit to the 16-year-old boy who she denied having any type of relationship with. She didn't return to Missouri until weeks later, and that was only because she was extradited there after being arrested. And she wasn't the only one to face charges. On January 3rd, another witness reportedly met with detectives and said they spoke with the boy's father, who was allegedly aware of what was going on between Haley and his son.
So, I got a couple questions for you. Okay. And the teacher, Miss Carmack, talk to you? Because this is me giving you a chance.
She said something about it, and it said that her lawyer was trying to get her phone back or something.
I'm talking about their relationship.
What about it?
Did they confess to you about their relationship?
They said something. He had said something about it.
Okay, what did he tell you about it?
He didn't go into no detail about it. He just said that they were trying to talk to him.
Okay, and what about December 23rd or 24th?
I don't know nothing about it.
When she was over here?
She showed up over. Giving them right back over here.
Okay. Well, I've heard it's a little more than that, and that's why I'm trying to give you a chance to be honest with me about it and what you know about it.
That's all I know.
Practice at the school?
Yeah. What I gather, I texted him and asked him if he had a right after school, and I haven't heard anything else out of him.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, at this time, there's a bunch of evidence that goes against everything,
Okay.
and that shows that you knew about the relationship.
After y'all took the phone, I heard about it.
And knowing about that relationship and her being over here on the 24th and everything, that's endangering the welfare of a child first degree.
Really?
It means at this point in time, I've got to place you under arrest and take you into the department, and you're going to be on a 24-hour hold while I send a probable cause statement up to the PA's office.
Wow.
Because I know you had contact with Haley as well and let her know about the investigation. I told you that about their relationship and that it had been going on at school for a while. So there's a lot more that I've known about it, and I try to give you a chance to come forth with it. And there's even messages on his and her phone in regards to their relationship.
Crazy.
So I'll need you to go with Deputy Onstadt here.
According to court documents, the victim's father relayed to confidential witness number 2 that Haley and the victim have been in a sexual relationship and have used students as lookouts while they have sex during school, and that Haley had been over to the residence before she left Missouri to go to Texas. When confidential witness number 2 advised the father they were going to come forward with the information, he responded by telling her that they were going to do it behind my back, so I may as well let it happen. He also advised confidential witness number 2 that he would lie for his son if he had to. After receiving this information, I went out and spoke to the father, who did acknowledge that Haley had been over at their residence before leaving.
See, the father was too involved in it. That's why he got caught up in it. He was way too involved in it. Yeah. But like I said in the beginning of the video, man, let me know what you would have did if you was the father, because it seemed like he was it seemed like he was encouraging it. Let me know what you'd have did down in the comments, man, because this is a Tricky situation.
To go to Texas. So in addition to the charges Haley faced, the teen's father was also arrested and charged with endangering the welfare of a child. According to his criminal complaint, the defendant knowingly acted in a manner that created a substantial risk to the body and health of confidential victim, a child less than 17 years of age, by facilitating and encouraging confidential victim to have a sexual relationship with confidential.
See, and I knew that's what this was gonna come down to. The father probably saw that. He probably saw that teacher and was like, yeah, son. He probably. And then when it all started to unfold, he probably, was like, don't worry about it, son. I got you, Harper. But, like, man, here's the thing. People, I'm going to talk more in detail to other videos and stuff, but every time you drag somebody else into the situation, it's highly likely that they're going to tell. And anybody that knows any type of criminal thing, whatever the case may be, like anytime there is more people involved, somebody is going to come out and just tell. The reason why, because a lot of times it's either through envy, some type of guilt. People have to open their mouth. They're going to say something. So this is why there are snitches. There are informants. The fact of the matter is, everybody was wrong in this situation. Even the little boy. Even though he's not a suspect. But, like, everybody was wrong in this situation. Because knowingly... Because here's the thing. The 16-year-old... even though he was engaged in it, if he committed a crime, they would have charged him as an adult. Am I right or wrong? If the little boy did this as an adult, or, if he committed a crime, they would have charged the little boy as an adult. Y'all know this. So to say, now he's a victim in this situation, because what you're pretty much saying, now he's in danger and he doesn't know any better. Well, if he murdered somebody, y'all would have charged him as an adult. So technically, he knows better. A 16-year-old, I knew at 16 if what I was doing right or wrong. Okay, so, all right.
Victim's teacher. And this offense was committed by the defendant as a part of an act or series of acts performed by two or more persons as a part of established or prescribed pattern of activity by working with confidential victim's teacher to facilitate a secret relationship with his child. Online court records show just 2 months later, in March of 2024, he entered a plea of guilty to that charge and was sentenced to probation. Haley's case outcome, though, was much different. On January 5th of 2024, she's arrested by officers with the Garden Ridge Police Department in Texas. Her outstanding warrants were on charges of endangering the welfare of a child, second-degree statutory rape, sexual contact with a student, and fourth-degree child molestation. She's extradited back to Pulaski County on January 21st, where she's held on a $100,000 bond. Initially, she pleaded not guilty, and her case was bound for trial. Then on March 15, 2024, a superseding indictment is filed. Instead of 4 charges, now she was looking at 11 criminal charges. In addition to the charges she was facing before, she was also charged with 6 Class A misdemeanors of furnishing pornographic materials to minors. According to court documents, under Count 5, the defendant, knowing its contents and character, provided pornographic materials for minors, consisting of a photograph of a female breast with the areola and nipple exposed, where the subject is wearing a white top to confidential victim, a person under the age of 18. Under Count 6, the defendant, knowing its content and character, provided pornographic materials for minors, consisting of a photograph of a female breast with the areola and nipple exposed, where the subject is wearing a pink top and has white and black fingernails to confidential victim, a person under the age of 18. Under Count 7, the defendant, knowing its content and character, provided pornographic materials for minors consisting of a photograph of the defendant with her breast exposed and her buttocks exposed, bent over with her pants pulled down with the words, "Maybe some Netflix and chill, LOL. Maybe just to see how things go from there," to confidential victim, a person under the age of 18. Under Count 8, the defendant, knowing its contents and character, provided pornographic materials for minors, consisting of a photograph of a female touching her exposed vagina with light purple underwear to confidential victim, a person under the age of 18. I'm not going to read what's under Count 9, 10, and 11 because it's pretty graphic. But let's just say the document alleges Haley sent sexually explicit videos to the teen as well. While a trial was on the calendars for September of 2024, in August of that year, Haley pleaded guilty to sexual contact with a student. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Her sentence was reportedly under the DOC Sex Offender Assessment Program, which meant she could have been granted probation if she completed the program. However, in February of 2025, a judge denied her release, and she'll have to serve the remainder of her sentence in prison. Haley Clifton Carmack is serving her sentence at the Chillicothe Correctional Center in Missouri. Once she's released from prison, she will be a Tier 3 sex offender for the rest of her life. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Inside the Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner, and we'll see you back here tomorrow with another case.
Yeah, no, this is crazy though. This is crazy. Yeah, man. I don't know. Crazy situation, turn of events. The father got probation, but yeah, the father, I don't know. As a father myself, I don't know what I would have done. You know, um, just let me know what y'all would have did below, man. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see y'all on the next one.